Alright, so it's I want to say week 11 or 12. I'm not even sure. I could have checked before this, but I didn't. So, obviously, it'll tell you in the title card, or in the thumbnail, that's what I was looking for, what this episode is, and whatever the title is that goes with it. But, anyways, this week, we still focus on that filler brick, but in my opinion, it's better filler brick because we get dark gray. And that allows me to go ahead and finish off one side of the mock, because I got to encase it in dark gray because it'll just look nice, uniform, stuff like that. I had an idea I was going to do and I took it out. But anyways, the dark gray all the way around the outside. So that's going to allow us to go ahead and, just have more complete sections instead of filler bricking the middle portions and having, a wall on either side not built because I don't have dark gray. The goal is to get a lot more dark gray very soon. Also in this segment, we'll talk about the top again, finish off a tree design. I didn't time-lapse that portion because it was maybe 5 minutes of work, which equates to 2 seconds of time-lapse-ish. I don't know. But we'll see. I guess, there's not much for me to say other than we got some parts to build with, and we got some trees to look at. So let's go ahead, jump into the segment, because I'm just losing my train of thought. Let's go. Like I said in the intro, we're actually going to get into the trees again this week. We're going to revisit them, just because I am placing an order, so we'll see later on in this segment that I'll kind of go over what I'm going to place, because I'll be placing it Friday, which is my birthday, so I'm getting some money, and it just makes it easier. Between getting paid and birthday, I'll have a decent amount of cash, or, I'll have a little, like spike in cash, so it won't hurt me too much if I make the purchase by then, or at that time. But what we are going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, I already had these trees pretty much built up. I have 3 more tops of the trees. I decided to go with 5 trees total. This one is the only one that's in its final place right now. I'm going with a couple trees that are kind of partially up, partially still there, and then you can kind of tell I have all these trunks, I guess we'll say. I guess that's the best word for them. I'm kind of going throughout. I may try to obtain more of these. I know a lot of people like the trans blue clear studs. So if I can get a hold of some more of them, I may trade out bags of that for multiple of these. I'm not sure yet. Don't quote me on that. I was going to go pick up more from work or after work one day, and while I was working, I was chatting with some guy, and he ended up buying the rest of them. Not a big deal, no big deal. I got a lot for myself, but the amount I have is enough I need for myself. So we'll see, because that and then some of these pieces, because I know some people probably have some out there, and if I can trade with people again, that'd be cool. I haven't traded in a long time. But what we are going to do, I'm going to go ahead, I am going to put the trees on, and you'll also see we're going to go over, or really quick, over some other stuff I have, because we are going to kind of start working on some basic detail. So not like, this is pretty much what I would consider almost full detail. I am going to be ordering a whole bunch more of these 1x2s. But what we're generally going to do is kind of decide where I want the 5 full trees to be placed. Then I'm going to decide where some dirt mounds are. If you saw last week, I kind of showed you in the general 2x4 haul. Sorry, I'm going to try to set my arm on something so I'm not moving. On the general 2x4 haul, I had some 2x2 and dark tan that I was able to dig up. So what we're kind of going to do is we're going to go ahead and create, kind of like what we did over there. I'll kind of revisit it again. Make the general, or the first basic level of cover. I've decided several areas I might have a little dirt mound or some here, something there. So we are going to go ahead and kind of get those positioned in spots that I can position them in. Stuff like that, like I was saying earlier. So again, without further rambling on, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to clean off the top of this. I'm not going to time lapse it, because if anything, it's going to take me like 20 minutes, and then you time lapse it, it's like 10 seconds. It's really not worth it. So again, and at the end of the video, we will have a time lapse of whatever filler brick I did get in. Also, part of the segment will be that. But right now, let's focus on these trees. Let's go. So I went ahead and I pretty much laid out as much as I could, at least. Obviously, I have a lot of, this gap is naturally going to be here pushed together, but I don't have all the plates to fill in certain spots, especially that whole base plate, which is where this tree is probably going to get moved. I don't know. It kind of comes down to because I have 2 divots right here, so I might move it up a little bit. I'm not sure yet, but you can kind of tell. I have 1 tree over there. That tree is going to find a new spot right here. That one's staying there. I like this one here, and I like that one over there. I'm thinking this one we're going to put just behind the droid line. Maybe this other one, actually, too. I'm not sure, but I like the idea of having 5 trees. They're all a little different. The goal is, I'm going to have a little bit of dirt built up around them, try to hide the gray brick. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to do my best with that. But overall, there's not much I can do until I get plates to fill it all in. I am going up to the store, so hopefully later, just at the end of this segment, you'll see I'll get in some form of filler brick. I know I got at least 1 cup right now, but I don't know what else. But we'll go ahead, we'll see where that takes us. I will be placing an order, so I'm going to talk briefly kind of what my list is, because I'm going to go up, I'm going to get the money, I'm going to place the order. I probably won't film that part, because either I'll get the gift card, upload the video, and buy after I upload the video, or buy just before I upload the video. I'm not sure yet, but we can talk about that a little later on, when I close out the video. I did go ahead, I built up, you kind of see a little bit of dirt mound there, here. These kind of have a significance to their placement. This one, not so much. I do have a couple more, so once I get those other blown out, other divots solidify, I can add in these kind of little dirt mounds here and there. We still have 1 more dirt mound we do have to add for this base plate, so once this gets built up, we'll kind of build the other one coming out. I'm thinking, I'm going to try to hold you up right here. It's either it's going to come out kind of right here, with the blown out divot kind of being right at the end, or it's going to come out just where the blown out divot's right behind it. And I think it's going to go pretty much most of this base plate, where that one's just about half the base plate. I want this one to pretty much be just over half, so pretty much everywhere that's not built, it's going to come across just like that. You can kind of see the idea right there. Obviously, it's going to be more detailed when I'm done, but just to get the idea and the impression of it, that's what we're going to get. But yeah, so I think we're at a weird spot, because once again, I'm in between buying parts, getting money to buy parts and stuff like that. So hopefully I can fill in some of this as well. But without further ado, we're going to continue on and see what else I get done in this segment. Let's go. So you just saw that time lapse I just did, me uncupping or breaking apart all these 2x4s I ended up getting from my local Lego store, so not work, but my local Lego store, which was great. I went up there to get a gift card, because at the end of the segment you'll find out we talk about that I am placing the order, and I'll explain why it wasn't placed before this video. But it's just kind of how things worked out. But I have the ability to place the order, and I will be placing it within the next day or two. But I was able to get 4 cups of dark gray 2x4s, which is great, because that means it should do this wall, and then the other wall on the other side, which is great. Great news. Or at least finish this and start that. I don't know. Especially because I still have a whole bunch of other walls over there to do. But that's great, because dark gray is going to be a huge, huge part of this mock. Obviously, it being the outline of the whole mock, I need as much of it as I can get. So hopefully where I work, we just got in a pick-a-brick order from the warehouse. So hopefully we got quite a few of these in, so I can buy more cups and just crank out the last bit of this, because I'd rather just keep buying this, and then all of a sudden be like, oh sweet, I filled it up, and then start using it as a standard filler brick, because that means, hey, I'm done with the outside. But obviously that's not true, because usually I'll be starting with the dark gray side. That's what I usually did, what I should have done for the other one, but instead I started in the middle, which I kind of regret doing. but that's just an issue I have to overcome. It's not really an issue, it's just more of an annoyance at this current time. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put on all this. I have another cup over there of white 2x4s we can use for filler brick back there. So we're going to go ahead, time-lapse, putting on the 2x4s, maybe some of the white 2x4s, and then we'll see where we get in today's video. Let's roll. So we just got done. I got the dark gray filler brick in. I was able to get a whole wall and then a little bit of the next wall. Roughly, I'm looking at the parts. I got about a cup left, give or take. But I don't want to go ahead. I don't want to put it on. The parts are in the other room, but I don't want to put those parts on because I have to work over it. Because the idea is to get these next two base plates done, at least filler brick wise. So I got about 3-ish cups of filler brick right here. We're gonna go ahead, apply that to the wall as we've normally done, and then we're gonna wrap up the segment by talking about my order that I just placed. So without further ado, let's time lapse this brick and talk about orders. So the last part of the video before we end out today is I just laid out the parts that I primarily ordered in my next order. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it off That being the, what's the word? The cliff. Reason being the cliff and maybe some of the blown out areas, because I didn't get as many of these slopes in the dark tan. I did order them in dark tan and dark stone gray, so I have them in both coming. I only just had one of those to show you right now. I ordered about 100 of these just to add more detail. I got around 400 or 500 of these, and I got 300 of each of these and 100 plus of each of those. And then I got like 600 of these little guys for detail, because if you know, or remember, when I kind of went ahead and I did this bottom part pretty much to the finished level, not quite. There's going to be more editing to it. But just to give you an idea, I essentially got to do this, you know, all this across this entire mock. And even though, you know, with the blown out areas and a couple other things, but essentially, you know, that's what I want it to look like, something like that throughout the whole thing. And it's going to take a good amount of parts, along with, if you notice here, they have to outline the end of the base. So honestly, I'm going to have to make another order with the last part. So I'll probably not finish off the corner, the middle. I'll decide which one I'm going to hold off on, because either we can do the two ends and leave the middle open, or I can just keep going all the way across, and wherever we get is wherever we get. I don't know yet. But also, since I do have parts left over, I guess that's a way to say it, that I'm using on my mini mocks. You know, I probably, if I took those and put them on here, it probably would have done half of this. So possibly I can get half this done if I don't, you know, take any parts from here, but we will see. Going back over here to the part orders, though, these are coming in, so again, expect around 3 to 4 weeks for these to get in. That'll give me more time to get in filler brick. So essentially, you know, for the next 3-4 weeks, it's going to be a constant filler brick episode. If you guys think I should skip a segment again, next week we'll do one for sure, but maybe after that skip one, or do 2 segments of filler brick and stop. I don't know, and I could come up with something else to do besides filler brick yet. I'm not sure. I'm just going to be in general. So that's a big thing I want you to comment on down below. If we end up having to do a couple weeks of filler brick, should I skip a week, or should I just update you guys every week? I can do like a week. What I might do is do a week of filler brick, do like a week 0.5 where I just talk about stuff, maybe an image or two, and then we can do another full week. So maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But essentially, these are the parts we're going to be getting in. It's not going to quite finish everything off, because the unfortunate truth is it's a larger mock, and yeah, I do have a couple of things we're going to talk about at the end of the video, and I don't want to talk about here. But hopefully with these parts coming in, you know, they are on the way. Filler brick is constantly coming in due to work. With the dark gray, hopefully we'll get those soon. So that just means I'll just constantly buy dark gray until we finish it all off. Otherwise, I mean, we only have 2, you know, if we were looking at last segment, we kind of what I was doing, we only have the very end, so about the half of that third base plate and these 2 base plates left to filler brick, which you can't really see because they're covered in crap. So that's another thing I gotta do, is I gotta clean all this again. Yes, again. As you can see, remember I was talking about those 2 Air-Jitsu temples. I got some of the bags here, which is the part I want to build, which, in case you're wondering, is the little blacksmith shop. I really like that. I don't know why. So I have the second one's built out there. That's the fishing store, but kind of over there you can see it. So I'll probably build the other one, just that way I have it built, and I can do something with it if I want to or not. So that's something I'll have to do. But yeah, so then it's just those 2, and we're pretty much there. It's crazy to think I built something this big, this fast. Now, granted, again, if you actually, we can't go in and look really, probably later on when I move all this, but you can, actually, we can, oh no, we can. But essentially, you can see where my light gray stopped. Essentially, my light gray stopped here. I had a little bit spread out here and there, but all the work for my last large mock was able to fill over into here, which is great, because, yeah. But without further ado, you know, because I'm kind of now just rambling here, talking about random stuff, there is stuff I want to get to at the end, so let's go ahead, end out this video. I don't think it was a complete bummer episode, but I wish I could have done more, but let's hear my final thoughts. Hey everyone, so this is the 3rd time I'm trying to close out this video. One, I started coughing and I was gross. The other time I tooted, and it was just weird. So I must just be real. You'll probably see those in the blooper reel I decided to do, which would be in a good, which may be something I may do within the next few weeks with the position we're in. We got those trees in place, looking great. We were able to get some dark gray so we can start filling in the outer portion of the filler brick, and more filler brick as usual. I think the trees are looking good. I ended up going with 5 and not 1. A lot of people said do 1 full tree. A lot of people just said 1 tree in general. A lot of people said 2 or 3. I went with 5 because I think with the size of the mock, 5 is going to be good. You know, I could finish the mock, put 5 on there, be like, whoa, way too many. And yeah, I talk my hands a lot too. It could be, you know, way too many, and then we'll, you know, pull it back to 3. I'm thinking 3 or 5 is going to be our goal. There is the first tree I ever built, that one is going to stay, because in my head when I was writing the story, as you know, or hopefully know by now, this was a short story I wrote on my Instagram just because I was bored and I had nothing to do. When I envisioned the cliff, I saw this tree kind of on the one side, so that 1 tree will stay there for sure. But the next few weeks, while we're waiting for those bricks to come in, you know, that's going to be somewhere between 3 and 4 weeks of filler brick and other random stuff. So comment below what you want me to do. Do you want me to, you know, every week do something, even if it's just filler brick? Do you want me to do like a week of filler brick, then do like a week 0.5 where I talk about where we're at, and then do another filler brick episode? Do you want me to just do a filler brick episode and skip a week, or do you just want me to do a 0.5 week and skip other weeks? So comment down below what you guys would like to see. Because if we do end up skipping weeks, I do have other videos we can put in place. One, I have a couple mini mocks piled up that I've shared on Instagram, but I can share with you guys. I'm also going to go ahead, I'm going to do the why I buy from Lego video and not Bricklink as much or often or really ever. Now, it doesn't mean I'm opposed to Bricklink. I just have my reasons for buying from Lego most of the time. So that'll be a video coming out. If you really don't want that video to come out, the why I buy from Lego video, comment that down below saying, don't do that video, please save me, don't. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And really just to finish off the video, one last thing is I'm thinking about doing a Q&A, a weekly kind of, you can ask me a Lego question or a Star Wars question. Both of them I'm not extremely, you know, knowledgeable in, but I know enough knowledge I can answer a couple questions here and there. Or you can ask me questions about me and my building experience. I just don't know if that's too similar to other people. If you'd like to see those, on my Instagram I have what I call CoolRidge questions, where I actually ask my followers and you guys the questions. Where this time it will be kind of the opposite, where you ask me questions. Every week I pick about 20 of them, you know, give or take, and I'll answer them for you. So comment down below if you'd like to see that start up. But otherwise, we're going to end the video here. I had a lot of random talking. Good thing is about doing this video 3 times now is I've narrowed. The first time I did it, I talked a really long time about the filler brick, and then the second time I did it, I talked a really long time about the orders, and now I've kind of balanced it out, so I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and end it before I make another mistake and we add it to the blooper reel, because that could be something you could see too instead of another weekly segment. So comment all that stuff down below. How should I proceed the next few weeks while waiting for the brick? Should I take weeks off? Should I do filler brick episodes 0.5? If you say take a week off, that means I'm going to try to fill it with another video. So I don't need to say take a week off, fill it with another video. Just say take a week off. Unless there's a video you want to see, then go ahead and say take a week off and do this video. You know, let me know if you want me to start the Q&As, just to get more content out here. Or I'm going to call them CoolRidge questions. So if you want to see those, comment down below. But otherwise, thank you for taking the time out of your day for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Have a great day or night wherever you're at, and I'll see you in my next video.